G'day guys, welcome back. Today we're going to go over all the reward vendors and what you can get out of them, where to farm them, all that fun stuff. So let's get into it. So behind me in previous seasons, you would have seen that you'd usually come to this place, but it's not looking in the best shape. So we'll go to the Crow, which is in most cities. The old Crow of the Tree. So this one can be really good, especially if you do it efficiently. So we're going to check out the map right now, and we're going to see a few events that are going to help get this fella to drop some items for us. When we go over here, so like the Helltide here, come in and you'll see that we've got the Blood Maiden. So whenever you slay it, you're going to get 5 Grim Favors. So you'll see right here on the right that says Cull Demons. So once we've done that, like now, there we go. We'll see that we've got 1 of the Grim Favors. So once we get 10 of them, we go back to that Crow in town, and then that's how we get the rewards. There we go. We killed the Blood Maiden, which is going to give us 5. So now we're at 6. So we only need 4 more. And you saw how quick that was just to quickly smack that out. So that is how you do it. And then there's another one. So if we get if we open 3 of the chests, that is another one right there. And then the other one's Harbingers, killing the Harbingers. I think you need 5 of them. So you can sort of see how it can become easy very quick. Like, be completed very quick, should I say. As we run around, I think this should be the last one. Boom. There's another one on there. And then I think if we get another two chests opened, then we're good. If we look on here, there's the second one, so we just gotta find 1 more. And plus you're getting all this loot from opening these as well, which makes a big difference as well. So I'm gonna open this one up. There we go, there's the 3. And now that we've done that, go back to town, come over to the Crow, open up, and then it gives you this option. So you get it, like, I think there's 3 different options. You got these really nice caches here, then you've got the standard orange ones, and then you've got just the plain ones. So you just find whatever you're sort of chasing and go for that one. So let's go with the dust for now. There we go. Not bad considering that took us, what, 5 minutes maximum? So I showed you guys how to basically double dip by going into the Helltide, farming, getting the chests inside the Helltide, as well as completing the Whispers, so then you can go to the Crow and get resources there as well, right? So there is a third way to get even more while doing the same sort of scenario. So when you come over into the new area, if you've got the expansion, come over to the war plans board, and then what you can do is you can sort of focus what you need to complete, so then it's all happening at the same time. So for instance, if you get a board and it's got Helltide, you beauty, at least then you're getting the rewards for the Helltide. You're also getting the chests in the Helltide, and then you're getting the bits and pieces from the Crow at the end of it, you know what I mean? So you're sort of jumping in, getting 3 lots of stuff while doing 1 objective, which is really cool. And then if you want to go further, while you're sort of farming them Whispers, you can go bosses. Say, for instance, if you're looking at the map, there we go. So at the moment, you're getting 5 Grim Favors from killing the Ice Beast. So what you can do is when you're back on the war plans, if you go like Helltide and then focus into say that there's a boss one on here as well, you can do that, then complete that. Like just make sure you're doing it because they do change and swap. So don't be thinking that you got heaps of time to do it, but you know what I mean? You can sort of focus that. Same with if they drop, say for instance, like nightmare dungeons, what you do is to complete that nightmare dungeon, rather than going to the one in the map, you're going to go the one that's when you're checking the map that actually has the whispers on it. You know what I mean? So at least then you're getting extra rewards while doing the stuff that you're already going to do anyways. I didn't want to talk about too much of the war plans because we'll save that for another video. But another really good thing to do, just a quick little thing with the war plans, is when you're in on the war plans, if you're running with a crew, try and get everyone to line it up with the same sort of things happening. So say, for instance, if yours, like at the moment, I've got the Undercity, right? So hopefully the crew can all line up to do the Undercity at the same time. So you sort of pick the war plan at the same time. Hopefully then they cross over, because if you're in a squad of 4 and you've all got the Undercity, you run one Undercity, you get automatically, as soon as you finish that Undercity, you get the 3 XP buffs. So like, say for instance, it's saying that I get 125 activity experience for doing it. So you're going to get that 3 times just from completing it once. And then when you finish the entire board, you're going to get your XP as well. So that is a really good way to sort of buff these numbers up here. You'll complete them a lot quicker. For instance, in the hordes, no one likes to be sitting in the hordes all day, every day. So if you can run with the squad that all have hordes, it's going to become a lot quicker. I'll leave it at that. We will do a video on the war plans a bit later, but yeah, that's just a quick little one that I wanted to throw in there. All right, so now we've got the den rewards. So a lot of people forget about these, and they're actually really good, especially early game when you're sort of starting to farm stuff and you need certain aspects. This is another way to maybe get a few of them aspects that you need. So when you come to the den, yes, it is in the new city as well in the expansion, but we're doing it as a whole for everyone, even people that don't have the expansion. But yeah, let's jump in there. So once you put your mercenaries on, we go, you'll see that here you can get it as you sort of level it up. You'll get 100. So you will get some as you sort of level up the character, but once you're done, you'll keep getting these. Sort of like here. See? I've got 2 up there. So if I hit it, 1, 2, there's 200 extra that I just got. So when you come to the old bartering chick, you've got these ones here. So you can get caches for like movement aspects, utility aspects, boss summoning caches. There's quite a few different ones that you can do. And like, if there is nothing that you need, so like, for instance, I'll just do this. See, you've got items as well. So maybe there could be an item that you need. So we get all these. I usually just get all the caches. Let's just drop this on the ground for now. Yeah, we don't need that. And then you can restock it once for free. And that'll cost you 100 every time you try and re-roll it. So say if there was nothing in here that you possibly wanted, you can press it again, go again. But that is a really good way to just get some extra stuff that you could be sort of chasing with sort of something that you forget about, and then you'll come back and you go, oh man, I've got, what's down there? 2,800. So you can get these. I think a lot of the time you get them from doing the hordes. That's where I seem to get a lot of it. There is probably other areas where you can get it, but I find that when you're doing hordes, come back and check this out, or in the new town as well. But really good spot to get some extra like bits of loot and whatnot that you need. Like one of the last places to sort of go that can get quite a bit of like, because we're talking caches, we're not talking about just random gear, is right here. So you go in here, it's the new Echoing Hatred. It's similar, it's like a harder version of the hordes. So same sort of concept in terms of it's just waves after waves after waves, and it gets harder as you go, rather than it being the one torment level in the hordes. But at the end, once you finish it, you do get quite a bit of loot at the end of it. So always a good spot to go. There is also a cheeky little portal that you can get if you do it a certain way. So that's always cool. But yeah, that is probably the last one. I will add a video after this on just doing the last bit of it and the rewards that you get from it. You will need to unlock the item to actually go in and do it. Or if someone in the party does have it, you can also go in with them. All right, so let's come up to the Sightless Eye, interact with it. And here we go. This is what we've got, which is just like a horde-based, or whatever you want to call it, wave-based system. Come up. And then you'll have enemies to kill. So there is a sequence that you do these shrines if you do want that portal that I was talking about. And you'll see the difficulty is jumping up quite quick. And then just keep going until you sort of hit the sort of tier that you can do. There you go, 130. Well, personal best as a crew is 142. So I think that's alright as a solo. Then when you come over here, you got this bad boy that you redeem. And there you go. You got all these goblin drops right here. So as you can see, a few chests right there, which are not bad. Took us about 9 minutes to complete, and that was solo. So not bad for 9 minutes work. I did also forget to talk about the caches that you can get from doing the tower. It is more endgame stuff, but they do have this now where you will unlock caches for sort of punching up the tiers, I guess, of the tower. It's sort of locked at the moment, but I'm sure it'll be back next season. But yeah, that is another way to get it. It's more end game though, so you're sort of not just jumping into the game and you're going straight into this. But I thought I'd touch on that one as well. And the last thing we need to touch on, I get asked it all the time in streams, so I thought this would be a good place to sort of throw it in there, considering we're talking about caches and all that fun stuff. Once you want to make an alt character, the power leveling's sort of out the window. It takes a bit longer. You can do it, but I've found that this is a better way to do it, is jump on your main character, jump into Torment 8+, so something after Torment 8. But what you do is each time you come back and you get the Whisper caches, bank them. So come back over to your stash, whack them in here, and what you do is once you've got 8 of them, you can jump onto your new freshly created character, level 1, and what you do is you just up it to the highest difficulty. Obviously, you won't have the torments or anything like that, but that's fine. Jump up to that, come into your stash, grab out 8 of them that you've stashed away, and open all 8 of them. Do a little circle, pick up all the gear. It'll give you some decent gear, which you can also, if it's no good to you, break it down, unlock aspects. You'll get temper scrolls as well. You'll get quite a bit of stuff. You'll get glyphs as well, so you don't need to like basically start in the pits without any glyphs. You'll have a glyph to level at least. So that is probably the best way I find at leveling alt characters. I've done every class this season, which I usually do 1 or 2. I've done all of them, so at least then I could test out all the different builds, but that is what I would suggest as like a leveling alt characters. It is the best way that I've found. So, all right, so that wraps up about everything for this video. Hopefully that helped, especially if you're a new player or a returning player or something like that. Drop by the stream if you do get a chance, but I appreciate you watching the whole video. And don't forget to drop the old like and subscribe. I know everyone says it, but it truly does help. But thank you so much, guys. I'll hopefully see you around. Have a good day.